Welcome time travelers and welcome new time travelers. As always, if you're new to this channel and enjoy learning about history one event at a time, then don't forget to hit that like button, comment, and subscribe. Without further ado, let's get into it. So today we are going to start out in 1282 when the Pope of Palermo massacred 2,000 French residents in the Sicilian Vespers, a revolt against the Angevin King Charles the First. Moving on to 1811, when German chemist Robert Bunsen, who observed that each element emits a light of characteristic wavelength, was born in Göttingen, Westphalia. 1853 is when Dutch painter Vincent van Gogh, one of the greatest post-impressionists, known for his work that conveyed not only keen observation of nature but the anguish of mental illness, was born. 3 years later, in 1856, the Treaty of Paris was signed, ending the Crimson War. If you were wondering when the pencil eraser was created, or the pencil that had the eraser attached was patented, look no further back than 1858 when Hyman L. Lipman of Philadelphia received a U.S. patent for a pencil with an attached eraser, like your number 2 pencils that have that eraser. This. He patented this in 1858. Just think how many pencils we have gone through since 1858. Moving on to 1867, when William H. Stewart, Secretary of State under U.S. President Andrew Johnson, signed the Alaska Purchase, a treaty ending Russian North America to the United States, or a treaty ceding Russian North America to the United States for a price of $7.2 million. That was actually amounted to about 2 cents per acre. Dang. In 1912, the Treaty of Fez established the French Proconsul in Moscow. Just 2 years later, in 1914, American blues vocalist and harmonica virtuoso Sonny Boy Williamson was born in Jackson, Tennessee. On this day in 1945, British rock musician Eric Clapton, a highly influential guitarist who performed with such groups as Yardbirds and Cream before embarking on a successful solo career, was born. 10 years later, in 1955, the Nationalist Executive Committee of the British Labour Party upheld the expulsion of Honorin Bavan, but permitted him to remain a member of the party after accepting an apology from him. 1968 is when French-Canadian pop singer Celine Dion, who was known for her vocal powers and her passionate showmanship, was born. In Washington, D.C., on this day in 1981, barely 2 months after his inauguration as the 40th President of the United States, Ronald Reagan was shot and seriously wounded by would-be assassin John W. Hickenley Jr. On this day in 2002, Elizabeth, the Queen Mother, who was a Queen Consort of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland from 1936 to 1952, passed away in her sleep at Windsor Castle at the age of 101. And finally, in the following year, in 2003, a law banning cigarette smoking in all places of employment, including restaurants and bars, went into effect in New York City. And with this, we return to 2024 and our current history. Until next time.